Our hero Balthazar got a very brief and limited theatrical run around March, but it's finally going to be available on digital platforms on August 11th. And I wanted to talk very briefly about it because I was sent a screener for the film, and now having seen it, I think it's a film that is absolutely worth your time. The best way I can describe it is like if you took the film Nightcrawler, but instead of Jake Gyllenhaal's character, you had that one kid, Brian from Eddington.
The goal is to be white abolitionists, and that means actually
changing institutions, dismantling whiteness, and not allowing whiteness to reassert itself. But we're pretty much light years away from that.
Are you fuck? You have this affluent and basically sociopathic kid, the titular Balthazar, played terrifically by Jaden Martell, who essentially performs as an online activist, sobbing for his audience for every tragedy that he comes across, only to have the tears completely disappear once the cameras stop recording. He engages with an internet troll in his DMs who show signs of potentially taking part in a mass shooting, and Balthazar takes it upon himself to meet this guy in an effort to stop him. Not for any benevolent reason, he's really just trying to impress a girl who is actually more earnestly involved in activism. So he travels to meet this guy Solomon, played by Asa Butterfield, genuinely unrecognizable by the way, and the two end up forming a connection that ends up being a lot more stranger and more complicated than either of them would have imagined going in. Throughout most of the second act, I genuinely had no idea where the film was going. There was a point where it almost felt like it was going to take a turn into something oddly pure and hopeful as these two guys became friends. And at another point, I was thinking to myself, are they hinting at a romantic development here with these guys? Obviously, I won't give away what actually happens at the end of this thing, but I will say that while it's not necessarily the most surprising way to conclude this story, I do think it is 100% the right ending to the story that they were telling, and I think it's an ending that will provoke a lot of strong feelings and discussions among people who watch it. It's a very compelling portrait of loneliness in the 21st century, especially with young people and particularly with young men. And of course, there are satirical musings about things like online grifting, performative activism, class disparity, social media culture, especially with the way it relates to how young people are very desensitized to violence. It's a film that really has a lot on its mind. But also, and I feel like I should have mentioned this before, but the film is a dark comedy. It is a very, very funny movie, until it isn't. And the filmmakers Oscar Boyson and his co-writer Ricky Camilleri really managed to pull off a very tough tonal balancing act, and we got a very compelling and challenging and nuanced little film out of it. It's really strong work all around, and it's a film that, if you can stomach some of the subject matter that it's exploring, I think it is definitely worth a watch. So those are my thoughts on Our Hero Balthazar. If you've seen the film, then feel free to let me know what you thought of it in the comments.